Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Sissy. If you're new here, my name is still Sissy. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. Today I have another special guest for you. This is my sister, Christina Kuri, with a very inspirational story for you.
Yes.
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
I love you so much.
Thank you.
And I'm so happy to see that you're so happy. And I feel like there was a time when your life looks like her life looks like we don't know what's happening. Eh?
Yes.
So I wanted her to come here and share with us what it was like, or how was life for you in your own ways. Eh? Because there was a time when you were pregnant, you were in school, you dropped out of school, you disappeared. Life looks like wanange. You know how people can say that, that is it. Eh? But actually, we are here to share hope and show how Christine actually
made it.
How she made it. How she made it and how she's successful and she's thriving and she's enjoying her life.
Yeah.
Yes, so I think maybe you can start by introducing yourself. Do you want to tell the people who are you?
I'm Chogabure Christine. Yeah, I'm now mother of two.
And she's a Nalongo.
Nalongo.
So put some respect on her name.
Yes.
If you want twins, comment below and we pray for you.
True. And the first twins, by the way.
Yes. Tell us.
And a nurse. Actually, now I'm my sister. Sister Christine.
Sister Christine.
Yes. So far now, I work with China, Uganda Hospital, Naguru, as a nurse.
Are you one of the tough ones?
No. I'm actually the calmest nurse.
You're the calmest nurse. Yeah, you know the ones who are torturing us. Nurses can be tough. And they're the ones who are in charge of the hospital. They're the ones who know where all the supplies are. So you have to be nice to nurses.
Yes, you have to be nice to us.
Yes, whether you're the doctor or even when you're the patient. Especially when you're the patient, it's the nurses who have the power.
True.
Tell us.
So that time.
How far back should we go back? What do you think? Should we go back? How about when I got you from school?
Yeah.
Should we start from there?
Yeah.
Okay.
When you got me from school.
So, this was a long time ago. It feels like a long time ago.
Yeah, it is.
It is. It was 2010.
2010.
Was it 2010?
Yeah, 2010.
It was 2010. I was in Essex VAC. And I was at home, I was the one who was around. Eva parents were away, they were like in the village, Bichi. And then we get a call from Christine's school. Christine was in S5 and they told us she's sick, we'll go and pick her up.
Yes.
So I go to pick up Christine from school. I go and ask the nurse, what? I was just in S6 VAC, so I hadn't started medical school, I was just there. I used to be doing driving lessons. So I came in a taxi to your school and they told me Christine has been having periods for 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks.
For
more than 2 weeks, like she's bleeding endlessly. I said, Banang, now what's that? Me, I don't know anything. So we got into the taxi to come back home. And then we called Mommy and told her that what has happened. Then she said, okay, take to a gynecologist. That was the condition. Bleeding, gynecologist. We said, okay. So we got to some clinic somewhere there.
Uganda House.
It was at Uganda House. Yes. And then the line was so long. I said, you know what, Zemi, I've gone. The whole time Christine is called. For you, what were you thinking in this moment?
I even don't know. I even don't know what I was thinking.
You were not thinking?
I was not thinking.
So we leave her there. We leave her there. I leave her there because I had my driving lessons that was near, somewhere in the area also, Dembe Driving School. If you went to Dembe Driving School, I didn't like it. I didn't even learn in the end. So anyway, I go for my driving lessons and then we come back and
you phone me.
I find you.
Yes.
They have already seen you, they have already finished. So I'm like, then they're telling me how they need so much money, they need like 300,000 for an operation. I'm like, what are you talking about? What operation? No one is telling me anything. They're saying, you ask her, no, then you ask the doctor. No one was telling me. It's like, I don't know why they were not telling me. So I ask you again, what are they talking about? Operation? You just kept quiet. So we go back into the line. Imagine, the line was so long. We go back in the line and we sit again waiting. Because if I'm going to ask for money, what am I going to say? I'm not understood anything. We go back in the line. Maybe I'm the one who should now tell this part of the story because I'm the one who was there. We enter and the doctor tells me. So I say, I haven't understood anything. The doctor tells me, oh, there's nothing wrong, she's just pregnant. I was like, what? What do you mean? Then he says, what do you mean, what do you mean? Eh? Like, why? Then he said that, you can't be so shocked. You mean you want to tell us you're a virgin? I said, yes. Because I was, and you know when you're so shocked, everything is like, how can someone do this?
True.
Then he told us how it was for an abortion, basically. It was for an abortion, the 300K. And I was like, what? For me, I was too shocked. I didn't know what to do. Then he's like, now you have to go. You have to be the one in charge. You have to tell your parents. But actually, he said, don't tell them, but get the money out of them. Then I said, okay, because I first, in the moment, I said, okay, fine. Okay, I'll tell them about what. Yeah. Then we left, so we came back home. It was tough, eh? It must have been so tough for you. Because it was tough for me, the viewer. What about you who was going through it?
You know what the doctor was telling? I don't remember even him convincing me that we are going to remove that.
He made that decision himself?
I think he made that decision himself.
Because you are in uniform, she was in uniform.
So I think he made his decision.
He made his decision himself. People.
I was just
Don't
there.
decide for patients. Just because for you that's what you would do doesn't matter if someone else would do.
True.
So,
and I was just accepting because I had nothing to do.
Because there's a power imbalance. You see, if you're the doctor, especially in Uganda, at least in UK it's not so much, but in Uganda, the doctor is the top and then they tell you what to do. But at the end of the day, it's not supposed to be like that. You, the patient, it's your body. You don't want to decide. The doctor should just give you the options and you choose. So we came back home. Yeah. It was here actually. We are home now. Yeah. And then I think I asked you,
what? Yeah. Yeah. What next?
What's next?
What did I tell you?
You didn't know. You said I don't know. Then I said, I don't think you should remove it. Then you said, and then what about school? That's what you kept asking. What about school? I said, you can go back, but can you take us back in those days? What was
then
it?
You told me, I will see how to talk to daddy. I'm like, what is she going to tell him? Now, I think I was overthinking of, now that's the end of me.
That's the end of you.
Yeah.
That what is going to happen? What
What's
did you
going
think?
to happen?
You just think life they're going to end.
It's going to end. Yeah. I was actually not thinking of killing me. I don't know what I was thinking.
It just looks like the life has ended.
The life has ended.
But you can't know how it has ended.
How it has ended, yes.
Yeah.
So, I think you first talked to mommy.
Yes.
Then, I don't know how, but her reaction was calm also, you remember?
Actually, yeah. I remember I was surprised. Mommy, sorry, who was surprised?
She was so calm. She came from the village. She was so calm. Then, yeah, she came. We stayed here for almost the whole month. She's not saying anything. She
didn't say anything to you, but in the background, what was happening? There were some members of the family who were saying you should abort.
Yes, yeah, I remember.
We will not mention them, but you know yourselves.
Yeah, you know yourself by the way. Actually, they even took me unknowing.
They took you somewhere where I don't know. So that's the story I want to know.
No, then mommy, when we were going, yes, I think we reached Martin Road, and mommy told me, don't accept anything. You don't know where they are taking you. Actually, I didn't know where they were taking me. But she told me, don't accept anything. It's your life, and you don't know the end results. I also kept quiet. I think I don't know how.
Maybe you were just in shock. Yes. I think you weren't believing what's happening.
So I went. When we reached the doctor, I think it was Kabalagala side. I don't remember that side. So the doctor, of course, he told me, he tried, I think they had convinced him to do the procedure. So it was now me accepting.
Okay.
So,
but imagine they have not even warned you or told you anything.
They had not told me anything. It's her who said, don't accept anything.
But she also wasn't sure what's going on.
What's going on, yes. So when I reached there, I remember they said I should not accept anything. So they made their tests. I don't remember. Of course, I didn't know what they were doing. So, what they had now they had scheduled me. They had given me a scheduled time to go back. Now they do the procedure. Now I'm like, no, I'm not accepting. Why? I'm not accepting. Then he had to call the person. Muwala waganye. Tagenda bikkiriza. I think he got annoyed by them from that time. So we went back. I think I had like 2 days there at that place after I came back here.
And you know the funny thing, by the time we went to the doctor said you are 5 months pregnant. Can you imagine? 5 months.
5.
Eh? And you're trying to abort. But in the end, you are not, right?
Yes.
You are not because eventually it was twins anyway. So twins, they are big.
Yes.
So it looks bigger than it is. But they didn't know that. So for them, they were thinking at 5 months, and you want to kill someone. Do you know that? It's so dangerous. Eh?
It's so dangerous.
And I'm sure that many people have been in that situation. Many girls who
yes.
have no choice.
Remember, you took me to the counselor's house. What?
I did, yes.
Over when? Was it
I'll
before?
tell you. Within the process, there were 2 teams. The people fighting in the family within. The people saying she should abort. Even someone said that if she takes it out, I will sponsor her school fees bichi for the rest.
Yes.
It was like trying to bribe you to do it. Eh? But then me, I was on team. Me, I'm a pro-lifer. Up to now, I believe that there are reasons where you can do an abortion, but I feel like there should be the minimum. It's not the first choice, or even, like, I feel like everyone should have a choice. It should be legalized, but whereby it's your choice as a person.
Yeah.
But me, ideally, I would rather not do it. So me, I was team pro-life, and that time in my S6, there was a club. It was called Pro-Life Club. So we had posters, and so there was some contact of some ladies who came to talk to us about those pro-life things, and they were based at Zambia Home Care.
Yeah.
So me, I was actually the publicity secretary of pro-life. So I was not supposed to be advertising a pro-life thing, and I got a number of someone, and they told us, we took us to Zambia Home Care, and so they were counselors. So I just reached and I took you. So the counselors, I don't know, because me, I wasn't allowed inside, but I think they were to help. Were they convincing you, or they were just helping you to talk, to understand, to help you make a choice?
To understand, you remember they gave me that CD to watch of someone who wanted to abort. Then she did, at the end, she didn't abort. Then, of course, now they are torturing you. They don't want you. But after you've given birth, your kids are loved and you're loved and you're back to normal.
So basically, they were convincing you to please don't. So that's about team pro-life. Yes. On top of that, another thing was that another thing I worried about was if, you know how they were saying, there were some people, they would make it seem like maybe if you want to have a baby, you can go, we're not going to help you out anymore financially. So now I said, okay, if that's the case, let's look for other options, because these people of pro-life were saying, Mama, if no one is there to help you, there are places you can go. So there's a place called Wakisa Ministries. It's in Mengo, somewhere near Sanyu Baby's home. I wish I had their contacts. If I get it, I'll put it on the screen. If not, I'm sorry. Look up Wakisa Ministries. So it's a teen pregnancy center, crisis pregnancy center. So now we go, because I was like, if they now say they're not going to help you, at least we take you somewhere where those people can help you. They help you if you're pregnant until after giving birth. And then they help you whatever you decide to do. If you want to give up the baby for adoption or whatever, they can help. They
can help.
So we go there. Do you remember?
Yeah, you remember.
We talked to the lady, and the lady said she didn't have space. The lady didn't have space for you. But also another thing, you are not so desperate.
Yeah, I was not so desperate.
They are not yet chased you.
They said, no, you're able to take care of her.
So far,
maybe if I had gone alone.
Maybe if you had gone alone, you had support.
You had support.
You had support. They said, maybe if you were completely... So maybe if you're out there and you completely have nowhere to go, consider going to Wakisa Ministries.
They are. By the way, I went and visited after joining my nursing. I bought my things. I don't know where I got that money. Why it's you who gave me that money. When you had come for your internship, then you gave me some money. So I had to buy some things, what and what. I wanted to go visit the baby's home. Then later, I saw that Wakisa. Then I went there and visited those people. So it's there, I know.
Yeah. So anyway, then she directed us to another place called Namirembe.
Yeah.
Namirembe House on Martin Road.
On Martin Road.
Somewhere around there. Anyway, she told us maybe you try there. We went there and they said for them, they had space, they can take you, but they need an adult who will accept you after because they only keep you up to giving birth. They say when you give birth, they need someone to hand you over back to.
True.
So that's how now I had to involve Mommy. And so she came. I didn't go with her, but when she went, did she tell you what happened?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? So for me, she told me that when she went, she said the place, it was for people who were really badly off.
Yeah. Yeah, she saw the place, it was...
They give posho and beans.
Yeah.
Which is not bad, but... like, it's like, you know, maybe if you are homeless.
When you're homeless.
Yeah. So she said that that place, maybe you'd rather go to the village. You'd have a better quality of life if you go to the village. And,
Then we went.
And we managed from there.
True.
Rather than taking you to this place. So then you went to the village.
Then when I went to the village, then the torture began.
Psychological torture.
Yeah, psychological torture. You know, when I went there, those now the same relatives, other relatives. It's when they told them, I don't know if they were in shock or, but of course they were not in shock because they knew.
They knew.
Because
they told them before you arrived, you mean?
They told them, yes, I think they told them. So one of them was like, why didn't you tell me earlier?
So that what?
So that we do the abortion before. Yes.
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me earlier? Of course, I had to keep quiet. You know, I just keep quiet sometimes. I have no words. So, I kept quiet, but that torture, they tortured me. Like every time, you.
Like, they would come and talk to you directly or they talk to people around you? How would they do it?
You know, you remember that time we were so many in the village.
There were so many, because they had finished building the house?
They were in the process.
They were in the process?
Yes, and there were so many.
There were many people. There were many people.
Yes. So those people, of course, they would bring back the words.
Yeah. And I don't know why. When you hear them talking about someone, even you who brings the things back.
Yeah.
Even before they bring it back, just by someone being comfortable to say something bad about someone to you, you yourself, it means that maybe they see that you're similar, you have similar thoughts.
Yeah.
By the time you have the conversation, and then on top of that, you to bring it back, you should consider how is it going to help the person you're telling.
How?
Anyway, especially if you're in a vulnerable situation, something that's better you leave them to yourself.
True. So I think it was one time when she came, they came and told me. They said if they find you here, you will see.
Meaning what?
Like I'm not supposed to be there, so I should get where to go. And
so
where else?
You.
Yes. And where else would I have gone? So I made my plans. I said, what should I do? Because if I stay here, instead of dying, I'd rather go somewhere else.
Because you are that scared.
So now that's when I planned to move away out of the home. That's when I left.
And went to the baby daddy.
Yeah.
So actually, people might be wondering, all this time, the baby daddy,
where was he? He was in Mbarara.
Yeah, but I mean in the story.
In the story?
I don't know if you want to talk about that. Like he has not appeared. Like when did you tell him? Did you tell him? How did he find out? Yes, we have not talked about that. Are you?
It's Mommy who told him.
Not even you.
It's Mommy who told him. They even met at Martin Road, actually. Then they talked and talked. I remember she came and told me when they were talking, when she asked him, what are your plans? The same, it was abortion. He was like, if it's your sister, can you accept that? Then now it was, of course, it was the ideas were not matching. So now by the time I went, when I made that decision of now I should live here, by the way, I think our family, I didn't have any other place to go apart from that place.
You mean the baby daddy's place?
The baby daddy, yes.
Okay.
So that was the only option.
So you now called him?
I now called him. I have nowhere to go. So where should I go? I think he sent me like 10,000 on Magezi's. You remember Magezi?
Yeah.
Magezi's phone. So I got a taxi. Actually, I said bye to those people. I told them. Escape. I didn't. It's like I didn't escape because I told them. Because I told them. I remember telling some people, the scare I've gotten, they're enough. So I rather go away. Then maybe I will come later. Actually, it's you remember Lydia? Lydia.
Okay.
Shrenkuluka Sender's daughter. Yes. She said if you stay here, you remember it had happened to her.
She was also got pregnant and then.
Yes.
Then,
so she said if you stay here, someone may even strangle you. So
there was so much hatred. And
you
wonder why.
Why? I don't know. People taking care of you, they are not so much. But you now,
other people
who are around.
People can be bad.
Yeah. So I had to, that was the only option. I escaped and went.
You went. But by this time round, that baby daddy had now come around as well, right?
Yes.
He had now accepted the situation.
Accepted.
So I think it happens a lot because when people get pregnant, you get shocked. Even you, the mother, you're shocked. Whether you wanted or you didn't want. Me, even my planned pregnancy with Gabby, I was shocked. I was like, eh? Yet I was intending it, you know. So now imagine if you're intending. So imagine now the father. In that shock, sometimes the first thing is to think of denying and maybe pretend it didn't happen or try to make it go away.
Yeah.
But then eventually he accepted. So we'd like to thank him for that as well. And for taking care of you. Because imagine if he had also said no.
No. He accepted and I went. He took care of me by that. I don't know why he was so much concerned when I went there. When I reached there, I think he feared that now the background family. I was like, I torture this one. I will be in jail. So now it helped me. Yeah.
So they took care of you.
Yes, they took care of me.
How many months were you by the time you went? I
think they were like 7.
Yeah, okay, because
they were like 2 months too. So like 2 to 3. Do you know, even by that time we didn't know. I had not even started the antenatal. When I reached there, the grandmother of the twins is the one who took me
for antenatal.
Imagine. So then by the way, what annoyed people at home, someone brought of course we shall not say their names. Someone brought those herbal medicines and gave me that I should take it.
As antenatal?
I don't know. It was not antenatal, but he brought herbals and I said no, I will not.
What if? Maybe they were trying to abort without you telling me.
Without telling me. What if?
So that's another reason why they were annoyed.
So I started my antenatal. I think I did like 2 times. Then the 3rd time, that's when we realized they were twins. Yes. Actually, it was a Friday. Then I gave birth on Sunday.
That's when you found out you're having twins?
Yes. It was a Saturday. The midwife, palpated. I was like, these are 2 people. Sent me for a scan. And indeed. So it was a Friday.
That's when you find out you have twins.
Yes. It was a Friday. The midwife, after palpating me, realized there were 2. I did a scan. There were 2. Then
did you know there were 2 girls or 2 boys or what?
They didn't tell me.
They didn't tell you?
Yes. So, of course, I went home. Because the scan even had extended the days.
They were saying you have more days.
Yeah, I have more days. But from that, I went when I had labor pains, by the way. I had those, they were so discomforting.
She had more of discomfort.
Yes. So I moved, I went home, I like in that discomfort moment until it was, I think, Saturday. Saturday by 8, that's when we were going to the hospital. So when we went to the hospital, we first went to the, I called him actually. I called him, I have some pains, I don't understand. So when he came.
You were not staying with him?
No, he was there, but he had gone for work. Yes, when he came, he said, let's go to the hospital. So we went to a private hospital. When we reached there, they palpated, they said, hey, this one is in labor. They were not so serious by the way. So they said labor. But since, when they saw the scan report, they said this one is going for cesarean section.
Because they are twins.
They are twins and piggy. I feared that word even. I didn't know the meaning. But when they said operation, I said operation, no. So we went to referral.
To another hospital?
Yeah, to another hospital. So when we reached referral, I think we found some lady, the SHOs, who are doing gynecologists. So she palpated me and did what he wanted to do. He said, I think it was like 11. He said by 3, we shall be giving birth. Then I asked how. He was like, why are you scared? He said, how am I going to give birth? And the labor pains, by the way, they were not there. They were there, but not
just mild,
mild, not rolling. Yeah. So he said, by 3 a.m., I'll come back. And indeed, when he came back, he said, okay, it's our time. Then the firstborn came out. Then the secondborn, of course, there is no pain. You even forget there is someone else. He was like, Nyabo, what are your man omulala? So the second twin came out. Then that was it. Then I think they called you, right?
They called us, not me, but I guess they called someone because I was told. Daddy said they called
Mommy.
I don't know who they called, but then I found out
that we've given birth
to twins.
To twins.
Like, what? That was so exciting. Yeah.
It was so exciting.
Yeah,
outside,
for us, the viewers.
Yeah, the viewers. But
not for you who are in it.
Yeah, it's too tough by the way taking care of twins.
First time mom and then two twins.
The
Even
twins.
one is hard enough. Now two.
But we managed.
You managed. But it must have been very difficult.
Very. You don't sleep. Every night you are awake. Then for them, when you try to sleep, they are awake.
If it's not one, it's the
other. If it's not one, then it's the other.
So it was really tough.
Yeah.
And for how many years did you feel it was so tough? 3 years.
There were
the whole 3 years.
Yes.
Did you stay there for 3 years?
Yeah. I stayed
Is that
there
when you
for
left?
3. Yeah.
So we're going to fast forward the story because otherwise we'll be here all day. But basically, she had the twins, she was married, they moved to Kampala. I used to come and visit.
Yeah.
You used to stay where in Mutungo?
Mutungo.
You stayed in Mutungo, me I was in campus, and come and see people and go back and you baptized.
You baptized.
Yeah, I was a good mother. Well, am I a good mother of both of them?
Yes.
Yeah? My first goddaughters, my first god kids, and yeah, you looked like you were having a good life. Like you looked like you were comfortable now. Like you were having a shop, you were selling things.
No, you started convincing me, you come back home. Wherever you would come, plan to come back.
But I meant to visit.
You've come
I meant to visit.
Yes.
Not leave your family.
No, okay, consider going back to school at least. Consider.
Yeah, because that's what they had said. In the very beginning, that was the plan. The plan was that you give birth, and then you go back to school. But then now you had become a full-time mother. You're happy with your life.
I was not happy, but I had no options. You know, by the way, if it was one child, I think it would be easy. But for 2 kids, it's very hard to leave them or to come along with them. If it was 1 kid, it would be better, but 2 kids, it was too hard.
Because you never used to come even to attend anything, what, events?
Yes. 2
You are
kids
now in
are
your own
very
life.
hectic. 1 child is okay. At least, maybe after giving birth, you can go back home. With 1 child is okay, but 2.
But 2.
2, it's very hectic.
Double blessings, but also double work.
True. Double work.
So then, what happened then now you came back? Because after that, again now Christine, tell us the story.
So, I sat
She first abandoned us, sort of. You were like, you abandoned us?
No, I didn't abandon.
Okay, you abandoned yourself.
Myself, yeah.
You abandoned yourself.
Because of that situation.
You isolated yourself. I think the stigma anyway, because the stigma, it's not just in your head. By the time people are talking, it enters your head and you start talking to yourself those things.
True.
And start thinking that maybe you should be separate. But now after that you came back.
So when I came, I sat and I'm like, well, no. You remember I came here for Kemi's graduation. Then
the twins were 3.
Actually, I think it was the same seat here.
No, you were downstairs.
We were downstairs.
You and Daddy, because I don't know what you're talking about. But I saw you.
Yes, we talked, I think, for almost an hour. Then he was like, this is your home. Wherever you are, this is your home. Whatever happens to you, it's us. If you're not happy, we are not happy. If you're happy, we are happy. So you consider that. If you want to go back to school, we are here to help you.
Well, that was nice. You have to say these things out loud. I think even if you're thinking, what I mean is that maybe he was thinking it, or maybe the family you're thinking it, that we are accepting you, but you should say it out loud because the person doesn't know.
Yeah, true.
You see, because the whole time actually there was this thing like us were no longer welcome there. In fact, they told me I should stop coming so much because they said it's like as if I have officially, it's like I'm a representative of the family, and it's like I've officially the family.
You're comfortable there.
Yes, and it's like as if you have officially brought your kids to us yet you hadn't. There was also that thing of you not officially introducing. And so I'm misleading the situation apparently. That's what they were saying. Anyway, so then when they told you officially,
when they told me, when he opened up and told me, I was like, wow, then that's good. So I have where to start from at least.
So then
I went and thought twice of what will help me and what will not help me. You see where your kids will be, of course, the future now. You'll be like, if I stay here doing this shop, will I get much? So now that's when I decided to let me go. No, actually they told me, tell the father, if he can accept you to go back to school, it is okay. When I told him, he denied.
The father, oh yes.
Yes,
oh, yes.
You remember.
The baby daddy.
Yes, yes. When I told him,
he said no.
He said no.
No school.
Actually, he said, if you want, you go back to school, but not here. Of course, now what was there? Me, I had set my mind. Now I want to go back to school. That's when I left.
But it was like less than a week later, honestly. It was a very short time, wasn't it?
From here?
Yeah.
By the way, it was here, the Kemi's graduation was, I think, end January. Then we made the baptism, because he told me, don't come when you've not baptized the kids. First baptize the kids, what. Okay. Not coming, actually, don't plan that.
Don't leave them.
Yes. So, we made the baptism arrangements.
Yeah.
It was, I think, February. End February, then I came in March.
But you came after baptizing like this. It was such a short time because I was like, eh. I was shocked. We had been there, we were eating food, greeting everyone, talking to in-laws. Next thing we know,
Christine
has left. Has left the home. So you left, you came back.
Yes.
And then You left the kids.
I left the kids.
So that decision, what was it like? Because I'm sure it was not an easy decision.
It was not an easy decision, but at least they were old enough. At 3 years, at least someone can be there.
Did you talk to the dad and tell him, or what happened?
I talked to him. By the way, I talked to him. I said, you know what, since you refused this and this idea
of school,
me, I can't stay here. In this tough situation, and to let my kids regret in future. So at least now they've grown up, you start from there. Because I can't take them, I have nothing.
Couldn't look after them yourself. And when you leave them and you take them away from their dad, they won't help you as much because they can't see them.
So that's when I decided to leave them. Then I came back home.
Then she came back home. Then you went back to school.
Then I went back.
But it was not easy because imagine you had finished S4. You were in S5 when all this happened.
Yes.
And now you're going back after how many years of S4, let's say?
There were
after like 4 years.
4 years.
You went back to do what? Did you go back to do S5?
No,
or
I
S4?
did.
You had to redo S4, isn't it?
Yes. And I passed, you remember?
Yes, but it was so tough because it was adult education.
And it was in a short period. I think I started like in May when we were finishing in April. I think there were like a few months. But I made it.
But she made it. You worked hard.
I worked hard. You remember you had briefed me about nursing. What that?
I don't remember.
You briefed me.
Was it nursing that you wanted?
I think
I
didn't want.
Because what was the aim of going back to S4? Because your results were too old.
Oh yeah, they were too old for nursing.
Okay.
For nursing.
Where did you get that idea of nursing?
You told me about nursing. Yeah. Okay. Then you told me who was it? Carol. Carol did nursing.
Carol did nursing.
Then the other Ime.
Yes, my friend Carol and Sobugabanange.
Yes.
She's the one I mean. She had done nursing, but then she came back to do medicine.
Yeah. At that time she was doing
medicine.
Yes.
Yes.
Then even Ime, she had done nursing.
She did medicine. Actually, my plan, what I always encouraged you and others is that if you're going to do nursing, just do medicine. Maybe if you want to take your long route, which you go ahead, do your long route to do nursing and then do medicine. But anyway. Yeah,
you wanted me to continue, then I do medicine. Yeah. I said, it will be too long. Yes, I counted the years. I was like, how will I finish it? Again 2 more years, then go for 5 years. I was like, no, let me do this shortcut. But it helped me.
So then but now that the S4 results were too old, so you went back for S4 for 1 year, then now applied for nursing.
For nursing.
And then you got nursing.
Yes.
Where did you get nursing?
I went to Rubaga.
When you're applying for your nursing, I was also applying for my internship.
Yes.
So, because I remember we're moving together. You know Uganda, you have to know someone who knows someone who knows someone. And the hospitals that I wanted to go to were all Catholic hospitals. Yes. And we have someone who has Catholic connections. Who was taking us to all the fathers. We'll meet the Cardinal. We go and kneel for people to begging for places. Went to Zambia.
Yes.
Did you go with you to Zambia also?
We went to Zambia.
Me also went to Zambia to beg. We went to Rubaga.
We even had that cardinal letter.
Went to Rubaga.
We went to Rubaga, then Mengo. Me, I went to Mengo.
You went to Mengo also. I think even me, my options were Mengo, Rubaga, and Zambia. Me, I wanted to stay in Kampala only. I think even Mulaga I put, but they didn't want it that much. So anyway, my first choice was Rubaga, which I got. Your first choice was Rubaga.
It was Rubaga.
But first tell us where you wanted to go before.
I wanted to go to Kagongo. Actually, I went.
Kagongo. I go to Kagongo.
Kagongo School of Nursing. That's where I went.
Which is okay, people. You can go to Kagongo.
Yes, it's also a good school, by the way. Only that, it's in the village where we wanted to now live. We wanted to leave the village and come to Kampala and live that village life.
So, anyway, I wanted to go to Kagongo. Did you apply there?
Yeah, I applied.
And I think you got?
I even got. I got.
So now when you're applying for these things, you had already got your kagongo back up.
I'd gotten, yeah, you remember I'd gotten my kagongo. Then
I
they
was
were
like,
like,
kagongo?
Like,
What is kagongo?
So, yeah, by the way, when you had it, you had that I was from Kagongo, you said, no, that's not. Why? I think, is that
What is it, Kagongo business?
Kagongo thing? What
Anyway, I
is
laughed
it?
at Kagongo, that's the truth.
Yes, then
like,
I think you told Mommy. Then Mommy sent the money that evening. He was like, tomorrow you come. Then I came the next day. I actually started.
Then we went to the schools to look for the process. We were applying.
Yes.
Then you did your nursing at the same time as you doing internship in Rubaga.
Yeah.
Then you finished your nursing, but that was certificate, right?
Yeah, certificate.
And then after that,
I got a job.
You got a job.
So now I'm working. Yes. I got, actually, I'm the one of the people who didn't suffer looking for a job.
You got a job immediately?
I got a job immediately.
So did you go back for a diploma?
Yes, I went.
Yes, you went to tell us.
So after like 3 years, I went back for my diploma. The same school, Rubaga. It's my best, I think. So after, yeah, now I did my diploma. Now I'm Sister Christine.
Now you're Sister Christine.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're just deciding whether I go back for bachelor's.
Yeah. Very soon actually.
Or even me, I had told you if you want to go to UK, but she's not interested anyway. Which I agree. I've always told her like it's not for everyone.
Yeah.
But if you wanted, you know where to start. And also, if you wanted to go to the UK, I don't know if the degree adds much.
It doesn't.
Not really. You can just start now, right? You would have to start with the English exams and all that. If you're out there and you're a nurse, you want to work in the UK, I've made 2 videos about how nurses can work to the UK. You can check them on my channel. I'll link them down below. You can go and check out and see and ask in the comments. And yeah, that's it really. I think in the end now, how are you feeling about life?
Very happy. And you should not give up. Don't give up.
What would be the advice? Tell us actually. If someone out there, let us say, number one, first tell us someone who is pregnant. And they are in school. Even if they're not in school, you know, you might not be in school, but you feel you're not ready.
I think, actually, I've always told people, I always meet some kids, like, when I got a job in Naguru, I was in special care, the nursery thing. So I used to get those teenagers. And in COVID, it was too much. Actually, I have a friend now, she was 14 years. She got pregnant. The mother was a police lady. She's not always in the home. The girl kept the pregnant. So when it was time for giving birth, that's actually that time when it was a time people started realizing this girl is pregnant. What? So I think she started labor. She came to the hospital. Now I was actually moving on the clocking machine. I met the girl. She was like, where do I start from? Are you pregnant? Yes. Okay, you come. You've come alone? She had come with a neighbor. And the neighbor was also a bit like 16 years. So I think for them now, she told her, but now for them they wanted to do they came with that perception of abortion.
When
yet it was yes. And actually she was like, when I took her to maternity side, in like few hours she gave birth. After giving birth, now we're like, you have to call mom. She was like, no, mom is going to kill me. She wanted to abandon the kid, like she leaves the kid in the hospital, then she runs away. I was like, no, it's not possible. And now I started narrating my story, you see.
So that was a question. You know, I asked you a question, but you've gone so roundabout. The question was, what would you advise someone? So you're telling, what did you advise that girl? You narrated your story and you told her.
I said abortion is not the good option to do when you're pregnant. Like it should not be the first thought.
So anyway, so your advice if someone is pregnant and they're in school is to?
No, don't think of abortion. Just be yourself, accept what has come up, and life will continue afterwards.
And in the end, you got back your kids as well.
Yes.
In fact, now one of them is with the dad, one is with you.
Yeah.
So you're co-parenting.
Yeah.
So in the end, it works out.
It works out. It does.
Okay. So I think that's
And
it.
I think it depends on the family support also.
That's true. So if your family is out there, support your people, because no one goes into that situation willingly. So if you're not helping them, then you might even start affecting their mental health. They can become suicidal. You don't want to make it worse.
Moreover, I was going for trials. I was a virgin and I went for once and it caught there.
And that's what usually happens by now. So educate girls, educate people also, I think, about these things, because they will be misled and they'll tell them. Yeah. So I think that's that. Thank you so much for coming to the channel. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions for us, put them in the comments below. And yeah, any final words? Oh, that's it.
No, I think that's it.
Bye.